So this is a TEDx talk. Actually, I'm having some flashback right now. You know, I've been rehearsing for this moment since I was 7 years old. Good morning, class. So today we are going to learn about anyone else here create imaginary classes when you was a kid? Oh, just me then? Okay, so please take a look at the focus on the red color here. I come from a family where teaching isn't just a profession. It is practically genetic. From my great-grandpa to the older brother of my grandpa to my grandpa to my father to my mother. They are all teachers. And 3 generations of educators believe that education and book can change people's life, including them. And what about me then? I'm also a member of this family. So, God. Do you want to know any of the secret from this family? It's me. So, when I was at primary school, I hardly had to sit down and formally study English, but still gained some notable achievements. So what was my secret? So after school, I was coming home, grabbing some English book and study bag from the shelf, and rushing to the reading room of our house. We actually have a reading room in the house, and teaching a classroom full of absolutely no one. Yes, absolutely no one. No one's here. And I wrote some English words like this word on the board, and just asking the student out there what the meaning of this word and how to apply this word to the real communication. But of course, they're just imaginary students. They can understand. They never did. And does it raise in you any similar technique? So years later, I discovered that I was unknowingly using the Feynman technique. Richard Feynman, who was a genius physicist, said that if you really want to learn something, you can try teaching those concepts to others to better understand it. And me, at the time, was just like a 9-10 years old girl was using that technique without knowing anything about it. Thanks to the image of teaching from my family, I saw them teaching every day. From my grandpa at the age of like 70, and he was teaching math to other students. My mother, my father, and I was so impressed by those passion. So I believe that our true passions often reveal themselves in some childhood play, which will, for me, it shaped who I am today. But at that time, teaching and education about me education is just all about teaching, and the story will be different from that on. So keep an eye on the kids or yourself, because you might just be the next Feynman like me. Okay, so raise a hand if you ever been absolutely certain about who you are and what you're meant to do. Oh, yes. So keep your hand up if life went exactly according to the plan. No. Oh, wow. So this is a story about what happens when life just throws you a plot twist. So as I grew older, I started asking some questions like I think most teenagers would do. Is that, who am I? What do people think of me? And what I'm here for? I'm not sure about my future, and at the same time, I get obsessed with a saying from Jeff Bezos, who is the founder and CEO of Amazon. Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. And I went out asking some of my friends, and the people that are so close to me, that what do they think of me? And thankfully, they didn't say that, oh, that great girl, stop asking such strange questions. They said, oh, you seem love books and you must become a teacher or an educator in the future because your family has a tradition of teaching. And yes, they were right. I was reading all the time. I read all the time. I wasn't just reading. I was living them. First prize in the provincial reading content ambassador. My book project ranked 4 out of 1,700 in a startup competition. And also, I'm the guest speaker in so many book discussion on newspaper. And my brand was crystal clear. I'm a book girl. Yeah. So in this stage of my life, I believe that my personal brand isn't fabricated. It emerges from the patterns that in your life. Oh God. I have a history of setting and achieving goals. I live in a small village in a coastal city. And when I was in just 6th grade, I decided, yes, I want to study in a gifted high school in the province. And yes, I did it. I even got into the English 1 class in this school. And so when in 10th grade, I decided, yes, I want to study abroad or an international school. And I had it all planned out since I was just entered from secondary school to high school. And from the story that I tell you from the beginning of the talk, I have a very clear personal branding. I was a book lover. I'm so passionate with education. And I have leadership skill, like I started a lot of projects, and it has created so much impact on my province. And for like 12 years, I maintained a good academic performance. Yes, and I applied for a scholarship. I got into the finalist. I confidently went to the interview, but then I failed. And this was the biggest shock ever for me. But then I applied again. I got a scholarship, but I just couldn't attend. I felt shattered a lot. I feel lost, confused about my life because I have all things planned out since I was a kid, and I have my personal branding, and was like 12 years of pursuing education in books. Deserve it? No, it isn't. And for me, it felt like I'm reading the wrong book all along. And if I was a book headed to VinUniversity, then who was I? And at the time, I taught at VinUni. Actually, I had fallen in love with VinUni, since I have a chance to stay on this campus for 3 days continuously on a startup competition. But always in my mind, I didn't think that it was an option for me. Something really prevented me from applying to VinUni. But from that second, I realized that sometimes the biggest barrier between us and our future isn't any external circumstances. It is our assumption. And there are moments in life when we know that everything will change forever. And I had been all in with VinUni. After reflection, I started asking the questions that if I still continue with the application about book and the pursuit of education, when I have a scholarship, when I win, and after so much reflection, I think that it was still me, but it was that the way that I convey the message, it wasn't right. So I reached out to alumni, faculty, undergraduates, and I did everything that I can to know about more myself and get insights from VinUniversity also. And then I got a scholarship. Now I paid only 10% per year to VinUniversity. Also, I was the one who was waving the flag confidently on the week of welcome, shaking hands with the Provost David Bansford. And now I work as a scholarship mentor. It was to help students like me, like my past self, tell their authentic stories. It was not that I am perfect at it. It was that I know exactly how it feels when they get it all wrong. How it started is from, remember the child who was pretending to teach when she was a kid? And now I'm the one who actually guiding others. And my mom and dad tell me that, yes, I'm the one who will maintain the tradition, but in a different way. So for me, being unwavering doesn't mean to not fail or change or never changing, as you said before. It means that you stay true, even failure can shake it. So if there is only one key takeaway that I want you to leave this room with, is the greatest journeys are those without obstacle. They are the ones when you remain true yourself, so stand wavering. And thank you for listening. And may your part be as wonderfully unpredictable as mine.